back. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, guys. If you have not done so already, please make sure you subscribe to Cal Culture Radio. Remember the link is pinned on top of the chat, and also we on the Cal Culture Radio page. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you hit that notification bell on the right hand side. We do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. And we had a dope reaction we dropped today with the Quavo, Offset, and Cardi B situation that transpired at the Grammy. So please make sure to go check it out. But at the end of the day, guys, what's popping? What's happening? What's going on?
What's good, baby?
What's going on, man? Got to be here another day. Let's get it rolling. Let's get this show rolling. How you doing, Hakeem?
Maintaining, man. Just trying to take it one day at a time.
Yeah, I see you. Like yesterday, you dropped the live, man. You on the road right now. I see you. I see you.
I was trying to, but I was struggling so hard, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. So today we have a dope conversation. So look, Kenny's in the chat. Shout out to Kenny. Kenny first to arrive. Kenny, what's happening?
What's good, real Kenny? Kenny Moss. Mr. Moss, what's going on? Jabari, what's going on with you? What's going on?
So Jabari's in there. I ain't see. I gotta probably hit refresh. Yeah. So Jordan, go ahead. Do your thing.
All right. So y'all see the topic on the show, and it's been trending. And this happened yesterday, and the story is blowing up today. And this happened up in the city of Philadelphia, of three students who's in a Catholic school post a racist video, which is it's on social media, which is like on Instagram, Twitter, and also on Worldstar. And it's three girls who are we will start a video in a quick chat about how three girls one girl was recording. One girl was blackface, and one girl was spraying something on her face and everything. Talk about saying the N-word, and also Black History Month. So, Hakeem, go ahead and play the first video of the girls, and after that, I'll read the statement from the school.
Woman, my bad. Make sure though. All right, perfect.
On social media. The video includes a young female whose face was painted black being mocked by several other young females. It's believed that people in that video are students from St. Hubert's and Franklin Town Charter. Nicole Hines, whose daughter once attended St. Hubert's, says that while the allegations are disturbing, it's not too far removed from what her daughter contended with.
A lot of microaggressions.
Protesters gathered this morning outside St. Hubert's Catholic School in the wake of a disturbing video circulating on social media.
My bad. This is not the video. Hold on.
You're a black girl. You know your roots. It's February.
Your mom is never letting anyone in.
You're nothing but a slave. After this, you're doing my laundry.
The way she just takes this shit, bro.
I'm black and I'm proud.
My mom just texted me.
What did she say?
So, St. Herbert Catholic School put out a statement today, and I'm going to read the statement to you guys. So, the statement reads: Earlier today, it came to our attention that a handful of our students post image and videos on a social media platform of a racial charged natural. As a Catholic educational institution that seeks to form women of faith and integrity, we view racism as mortal sin. There is no place for it in our hearts, minds, and there is no tolerance for such behavior at St. Herbert's. We are extremely disappointed to learn that anyone associated with St. Herbert's would act in such manner, which is entirely inconsistent with our values. Please be assured that this matter is being actively investigated. All those responsible will be disciplined appropriately in accordance in our school handbook. And that was a statement from the school. And now, you have people going on protesting schools because of the racist video. And so, you guys, I gave it to you guys. I'm gonna pass the baton to you guys. So, what you got on your minds?
Shout out to Just Jay. She just arrived. Just Jay. Good
Just
evening.
Jay.
Good evening. Good evening. I didn't really. I'm gonna be honest. How can I explain it? I think black people today, I think they are too sensitive. Prime example. How come white people not doing a protest when black girls putting blonde hair on their head? I don't see white people protesting about that. How come they're not protesting when black people trying to go in the white NFL? I don't see they protesting about that. I don't see why there's no white people not protesting when black people do that. I don't see no protesting about that. I think black people today, I think it's too sensitive. It's a joke. They do that all the time, especially in college. Black people do the same exact joke. I think black people today are just too sensitive. They're sensitive about everything. Anything that goes wrong, they want to protest, they want to riot, they want to complain. Has this now become the new generation where black people going to continue to be? Are we just going to be complainers, or are we going to be solution-based? I think we're not trying to find a solution. I think we're just trying to cry to the government to find some form of settlement. And I won't be surprised because I don't really like Benjamin Crump. He's going to come out with a statement. He's going to be like, let's try to find a way to sue, because it's another money grab. So that's why I say at the end of the day, do they really care about solving this situation, or this is just another opportunity to get money? But we're going to talk about it. Go ahead, Hakeem.
No, definitely. I agree with you 100%. Don't get me wrong. What we've been through in this country and in the diaspora has been despicable. But you are right. I think it's a time not to be emotional and the time to be reactionary. These are things that not to be getting mad. We should look. Oh, that's them? Okay, I'm just gonna withdraw my daughter out of school. And that's really how you hurt people. You feel me? So I don't think there has to be a new approach on how we handle things, especially when derogatory things have been said about us. It's not the first time nor the last time. It's also gonna be, what's next from here? What do we do from here? Philadelphia has always been a racially divided city. It's 80% black with a few who are whites and I think Polish that are there and Italians that run the city. Other than that, it's always been racially divided. So, this is nothing to expect in any other city that has an imbalance of numbers of blacks and whites. You're always going to have some type of issue. Here's the point on what you do about it. We still going to send our kids to those schools. Being real with you, regardless of whatever racist stuff that went on there, black people are still going to send their kids to that school.
Man, you got a point about it, Hakeem. And I just want to say this. This happens around schools. This happens around all the time. In schools, colleges, high schools and middle schools. And I don't know if you guys experience it. If y'all went to high schools or middle school, I experienced it one time in high school, but it wasn't a big deal because stuff like that. I was warned by, family members, my mom and everything. And it's just to find, and the thing is, how you gonna react to it? I'll tell you this: there's white homeless people that I walk past sometimes. They're by themselves. Every time I pass, they always say the N word. I hate this word. I hate that word. Could I react to that? Yeah, but I choose not to because, what that's going to do to me. Words like that, it's not going to do anything to me because, I mean, I'm not going to expect it, but I know if I go outside past somebody, if somebody will say something like that, and I'm going to react a certain type of way, I know I'm not going to react a certain type of way. I just know what that person. To me, when a person speaks like that, I know what he is, and I know how to handle myself. I know to get away with. Now going to the school, I agree with you, Hakeem. It's like stuff like this, all you gotta do is put them around the school and take to another school. You don't have to be, for black people, super over emotional to do for something like this, because this is, like I said, this is not the first, it's not going to be the last. Usually, what we saw in this video, that was taught. Like, racism is really taught, and you can see how the ages of the women doing that. So, like I said, we already know those kids, they definitely gonna get expelled. Mm-hmm. Probably go to another Catholic school because they're tight like that, or another charter school, whatever. So they gonna do what they do. But for us, stuff like this, you don't need to be over emotionalized because it's gonna happen, and really stop playing the victim part of seeing stuff like this, and just being mature enough and try to handle it in a smart, different way. Because when we see this stuff all the time that's going viral, we've seen this go out in public like that, you don't need to be, when somebody yells something like that, you can just walk away and not be over emotional, and just walk away and do something else.
But this is the thing: black people do the same thing to whites. That's not being publicized. Black people do the same exact thing. That's why I say, that's why I'm getting pushed back tonight, because I'm getting tired of the complaining, because there's a lot of things that black people do that, like Kenny said, that's not on camera. Because white people don't understand, it's a joke. It's a joke. Like, even me, if I would have saw it, I wouldn't even laugh about it. And mind you, Halloween's coming up. Most of the time you see white people dress up as black people. There's no complaints about it. So now when they want to spray paint in their face, at the end of the day, that's them being stupid, want to spray paint in their face and want to deal with the damages of the spray paint. But at the same time, there's no reason for us to get upset about it, because we do the same exact thing. At the end of the day, I think black people are the biggest hypocrites, because we do the same exact thing.
And I'll tell you this about this, Ronnie. Back in the 80s, 70s, and 80s, when comedians used to do this, we didn't have a problem with this. We thought it was funny in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
A lot of comedians. And now, once we hit like 2000 and the 2010s and 2020s, now it's like, oh my God, we're being victim of this. We should repeat this. It's like we got a little bit more sensitive than we was back then. Because back in the day when I saw this stuff, when comedians do this, I used to laugh. Because we used to say things do to white people. I remember Eddie Murphy on Saturday Night Live back in 1980s. He put himself into the white man, and he was walking out being a white man in America. And it was a funny video of how he went to the store and he wanted to get a paper, and a white guy was like, what the hell is he like? And it was him and the other white girl here, and he was Eddie Murphy was all with makeup and everything. And since nobody was around, it's him and Eddie. He was like, "What you doing? Just take it." And Eddie was like, "What? Take it? It's free." And he was doing an experience how to be white, in America and in New York City. So Ronnie has a good point. It's like we do it all the time. There's some white people have a problem with us. It's like, oh, victim, all that type of stuff, and it don't need to be taken serious like that. Some stuff like that. If you feel something that, but for the school, if you feel some type of way, especially if she used the N-word and you feel uncomfortable, then take to school. If you feel uncomfortable which some black people feel uncomfortable of that situation. Just take them out to school and it don't need to be a big deal. But stuff like this, you know, like going back to the comedian stuff, we used to laugh at this all the time. And I don't know how it's in 2023 now. It's like we're being super victim about it.
You know, one thing I do want to point out too, this is a private school that did this. You feel me? People from a private school. So it's like they abide in their own laws. These are people who are paying $20,000 to $30,000 per semester. Because in the private school, it's per semester. So there's really no effect. When they say they're going to get disciplined, it's a written note. You know what I mean? And if you know what I mean, that's why I say if you really trying to make an impact, and I do understand a lot what you say. We have a lot of people who complain, and I have a lot of people who are just looking and be like, but the only way you're going to do is hurt their pockets. And mind you, if we're going to be critical with them, we got to be critical with ourselves. When people talk about niggas, when we call each other niggas, when we could do a bunch of other different things. You know what I mean? I don't mind people being critical about people disrespecting, but we have to take care of home first before we criticize that. We have internal and external issues that we need to handle. So it's a lot to be grasping.
And
go ahead, Jordan. Go ahead.
I was saying something real quick. And then if you like to say the N-word, don't say it all to another black man.
Oh yeah, basically.
You just erase it. Go ahead, Ronnie.
You know what I'm saying? But you don't hear my thing is you don't hear white women complain about black women when they trying to bleach themselves to make themselves white or to make themselves lighter. There is no complaints. They say, okay, you do what you want to do. That's you. That's your body. That's your choice. You do what you want to do. But I say it seems like the only way black people feel like they can get some form of solution is if they can complain about it. And that's the problem we have. That's why they say this generation is the most soft generation ever. Because anything that goes wrong, we complain. Okay, if you're in a Catholic school, a high school, and you see that they're mistreating black people, why continue to enroll in that school? Go to a black school. There's other black Carter school out there. There's a lot of them. But it seems like we're not going to, hey, Savannah, how's it going? Savannah's in the chat. But I'm just saying, like, that was like we dealing with stuff like that within the community. And that's why I say black people, they're using this as a way to keep black people complainers. And they're like, okay, look at those Negroes. They continue to complain. So just give it to them. Look at those Negroes. They continue to complain. Just give it to them. It doesn't stop. This all in day. Like I love AD said. He said, hit them where it hurts. Money. Take the resources out of the school.
That's it. Or take the basketball players from that school because they probably
Thank you.
Against the basketball team. Convince all them to be like, hey, it's time for us to pack up and go. You know what I mean? Because most of the basketball players are going to that school are on a scholarship. They're not being paid.
Yeah, I agree. It's like I don't like I said, I don't probably realize in our community as stuff like this. It's like when we go to certain places or restaurants, if a waiter or somebody did something that was discriminating or something like that, we kind of over victimize and complain instead of, hey, you know what, I'm not gonna come in no more. You're not gonna have my money. You don't want my money. I'm gonna go to another place. They can see my money. Who wants my money? And I do that like any place I go to, and they do something that I don't like. That I got kind of felt discriminatory. I don't say anything. You're like, you know what? You're not going. You're not going. I don't want your service anymore. You're not going to get my money. I'm gonna go somewhere else that they can get my money, so I can get good services. Because there's so many schools, so many restaurants, there's so many places you can go where they can give you good services, and you got to worry about that. Instead of, if something went wrong in a certain area, and you're gonna, complain about it, all you gotta do is be quiet. Go to another establishment and you can pay there. So you don't need to get your money no more. And that's all you got to do. And also, if you can go on to go to Yelp reviews or put a review and say, hey, give it like out of one to 5 stars, give it like a 2 or 3 stars, and just make a quick statement, and that's it.
JD is going in, Hakeem. I don't know you read his comment. He is going in.
No,
He's
I'm
speaking
with
nothing but facts. We continue to support Starbucks after their profile black customers, asking them
That's-
if they're going to approach anything. And we can continue to invest in these companies, continue to spend our money in these establishments. That's why I think at the end of the day, I think black people love abuse. They love their abusers. If they didn't really love their abuser, they would have been gone. They were like, you know what? They need to treat them the same way how we treat each other. If black people want solution based, treat them the same way how you treat your brother. By you calling them the N word, call the white people the C word. The same way you stab your brother in the back, stab the white people in the back. But they're not going to do that because they love, like what a lot of people say, I think it's true. They love their oppressor. It's a well-known fact.
Yep.
They love it.
Hey, remember we did an episode about Balenciaga?
Yeah.
And it was trending a little bit. Now you don't hear about Balenciaga. Now you see some black people or celebrities say buy Balenciaga again. Like Kanye West, he was up and down with Balenciaga, up and down, up and down. Now he's working Balenciaga again. If a company like Balenciaga, Gucci, if they do something, just do one thing, anything, they just do one thing. I'm done. It's a one and done for me. And I tell it to my wife, stuff like this be one and done. Just don't do it no more. Buy something else. Do something. Buy somebody you feel appreciated. You buy something that's valued with your money. You feel appreciated with your money.
Yeah, that's a fact. That is a fact. I always say this, I'm not going to be a lie to you. Like, I used to follow a lot of the Black Power movements, and a lot of it used to be very emotional, getting mad about what people say. Then, till somebody really woke me up and say, hey, man, you can get mad as all you want, but you don't own no schools. You don't own no factories. You don't own no buildings.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Like, you complaining with them where once this go up the rumor, they're going to switch to another schools. They got the financial means. And then I say, damn, you're right. I said, we're so emotional. And sometimes, to be honest with you, we need to listen to what people are saying and not get emotional. Sometimes we can't take everything as a racial situation. Because you want to know why? You got to hear it from another person's mouth to see, okay, how do you think of me? Or what do you do that? So when you hear people like that talk about you in this manner, they're thinking about you in a certain way. What gives you the right to not have to deal with them? You got to allow people, you know what I'm saying? People feel how they want, and I can't change the hearts of nobody, which is a fact. All you can do is stay prayed up and take care of yourself and take care of the people who you with.
I would say, I think at the end of the day, I think it's an agenda to keep black people upset and to keep them bound, because they know if we can keep y'all bound long enough, you're not gonna actually see what's actually going on here. That the situation is keeping you guys poor. The situation is keeping you guys from resources. The situation is making you guys less educated because you focus on the wrong things.
Yeah.
So what? The woman straight painting her face. I wouldn't even care less. I was like, okay, you just look like a fool.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they say when they see black girl wearing a blonde wig, white women see y'all looking like a fool. They be like, oh, I see she's dealing with low self-esteem, but they don't say nothing about it, just keep on walking. But it seems like black people have been trying to find for a very long time to get validation from people that just don't like you. If they don't like you, they don't like you. Move forward.
I got a question for you guys. Do you think with all that is the structure of the lack of black men who's being just maybe rephrase this. Do you think with this witnesses in our black community, do you think it's the lack of our black men not being leaders?
Yeah, because I stated a while ago. No, I think we did. We talked about it. Women that has not taken the control of the leadership role, like in everything when it comes to protesting, leadership, when it comes to organizations. A lot of things, women, especially Black Lives Matter, all those things, those are all leadership-based women. Men have now diminished themselves. They don't want to get involved anymore. Because I think at the end of the day, I think men now has become more and more softened. I think because men are just tired. Men don't want to walk the streets anymore. Like right now, if you see the video, majority of them are women. It's not even, I think it was only a couple of men. Majority of the people that was protesting was women. Women are more serious about getting things resolved than the men's are. I think men are starting to come more and more patient. Like, you know what? It is what it is. Let's just keep moving forward. Women, no. The women have not taken themselves on the leadership role. But I want to hear Hakeem's opinion about it.
Definitely. To be honest, I want to agree with my brother Jabari here. He said, Ronnie, you know today's media and black people blow this out above proportion, and it's all about a money grab. Yeah, you just
I said that. No, I mentioned that. I mentioned that. I say right now it's all about the money. It's not. It don't have nothing to do with solution based. It's about money. If I protest here, then I know the money's coming. You won't see Benjamin Crumb gonna come out with another statement like, "Oh, we need to sue the school." Why you need to sue the school? Just don't go to the school. But go ahead, Hakeem.
No, definitely. So to understand, you said this and I said it in another way. Lots of times when statements or things are being said, we can't always get emotional and always can't take it as a racial. Things can be, we should be over the whole racial thing and say, okay, now that it's disrespectful and we need to counteract this with quiet measures. You got to move in silence and show these people that you really don't care. The reason why these people can do these things and be able to do this because we control nothing. We allow these people to say whatever, and we could. Some people, man, like you can call. Listen, you can call a white person a derogatory form. He'll laugh and keep walking. How many times we call white girls Becky's? They don't care about it. You know what I mean? Honkies and all these other stuff. Like our derogatory forms don't even hit the heart. But once you say that N-word, and listen, I'm still a victim of that. I'm not gonna lie to you. If a white boy say the N-word today, I might go ballistic. I might go ballistic depending on how I'm feeling. But even then, I gotta look at it and say, I know I have to be like, he ain't talking to me because I don't see niggas here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Just Jay said they don't like the Cameron though. Yeah, they don't. So Cameron has starting to be is getting under people's skin because it's actually a white person's name. You know what I mean?
And that's all. I think all races don't like Karens. It's not just black or white. Latinos don't like Karens. Asians don't like Karens. No races like Karens. They public enemy number one.
Basically.
No, but in actuality, I don't. When somebody say they don't like Karen, I mean they really do deep down inside. When somebody say they hate you, they really do love you. That's why 50 Cent came out with that song, Hate It or Love It, because it's the truth. You say you hate me, but then at the same time you listen to my music, you rock it with me, that means you love me at the same time. So black people at the end of the day, and I totally believe deep down in my heart, they love white people. They really do. They just want the respect from white people. But there's sometimes these kids that's doing what they're doing now is because of the simple fact of their parents. Their parents are the one that's teaching them those things. You ever see? I don't know if you ever saw it. If you ever see it when a boy and a girl, they can be different race. When they're growing up, you can see there's no racism. Everybody's together as one unison. It's when they get older and what the media, the news, and their parents and what people are telling them, that's when their mentality started to change. Because I remember, like Urban North said, it's exactly facts. I remember growing up, I had a lot of white friends in elementary school, a lot of them. I didn't look at them because they skin color. I looked at them because we was rocking, we was having a good time. Kenny can tell you. Kenny's in the chat. He grew up with me. He can tell you. He was just having a good time. It's just when we got older, everybody was like, oh, this person don't like you. This person don't like you. This person don't like you. So then my mentality changed. I'm like, nah, I can't rock with you. And that, I think that's what's happening here. The media has now infiltrated, and not only that, but the parents too. The parents have infiltrated. They run DNA into these kids. So now the kids are making fun of the blacks is making fun of the whites. So that's why we can never come together. We would never come together, period. It won't happen.
That's a great point, Ronnie, because I have a friend that's white. We've been boys for 23, 24 years till this day. We never let media or anything come against us. he's what, a year older than me. He's like my big brother. I still look at my big brother to this day.
And you can't say, you know what I mean?
Right.
You've been raised with him. Me and this, you know what I mean? Just like we've been raised with a bunch of Cubans here.
Right.
Who sometimes I think they Haitian sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Them Cubans in Miami, I get so much love from them, yo. Yeah. I look at them like they brothers. Like, the Cubans in Miami, man, I don't know what it is, yo. Go ahead.
So no, definitely. So to go back to Just Jay mentioned, and I think y'all already said this, but she wrote this in the chat. Hate is taught. Hate is taught to you. Hate is is groomed. And
facts.
You know what I mean? You're gonna always have people you don't like. You know what I mean? On both ends of the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about how you maneuver and what's important in your life. If you want to focus on trivial things, focus on trivial things. If you don't, then you can live a fulfilling life and really build meaningful relationships with meaningful people. And, you know what I mean? And handle the effortry as it comes. And that's how.
And now that Kenny mentioned the fact he went to FIU. I remember when I went to a party with Kenny for his theater program. Literally went there like to a house party. The amount of respect they gave Kenny, and majority of them was white. The amount of respect they gave Kenny, that's why I was like, nah, man, is a false statement. Now, don't get me wrong. There's places that is in Florida, I ain't gonna lie, you can't go to. They're gonna look at you a weird way. I'm not gonna push past that. That's true. Yeah. But if I know that there's an area in Florida that I know I'm gonna get a bad look, why would I dine in that area? I won't go there. You don't need my business. You need my resources. I'm gonna go somewhere that I feel welcome. But the thing with blacks today, they're looking for trouble. They go in the areas they know they ain't gonna get respected, so they're gonna go there and say, you know what, I'm gonna make a statement. I'm gonna make them respect me. Like Just Jay said, they're looking for some form of validation. Because why are you going there? You know they don't like you. They don't like you. I don't get it.
And here's one approach about haters, though. I like haters, and I hope we have a lot of haters in Chaos Culture Radio. You know why? Because they'll speak more of you than your fan. They'll say more. They'll say, even though they'll do it in a negative way, they'll speak your name more than or even more, maybe equal to your fans do.
Facts.
So me, I enjoy haters. Like I said, a lot of people that they got big, like celebrities or whatever, people that do not like, they got big because of the haters.
Yeah, I love haters too. I love them. Yeah. I love haters.
love them to death.
Just Jay is one of my biggest haters. You know what I'm saying? That you see she's in the chat. I love haters. You know what I'm saying? Like the haters gonna keep on coming. And that's why I say a lot of content creators don't understand the simple fact. You want people to say negative things to you in the comments because those are the same people that's gonna watch you for viewership. You're making money off of the haters.
Yep.
So that's what I'm saying. If black people know why people hate you, okay, use them. Use them for their resources. Use them. They're gonna buy your products. They're watching your entertainment. They're doing a lot of things. So why complain about? And look, can you even say they say it's a topic of discussion? I agree. It is. Yeah. But the simple fact of this with the high schoolers, let's keep it real. Hakeem and Jordan, I'm gonna keep it real. Like this doesn't surprise me. They've been doing this for years. You get what I'm saying? They've been doing it for years.
Yeah, they doing it so they can make black people emotional. You see, they show emotions and everything. See how emotional black people are.
Hey, Urban North say we got to monetize them haters. You dig?
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly. Monetize your haters. And not that, if you don't understand, that's how Howard Stern started. Howard Stern's career started because of the haters. They say he sucked. And look what he became, a living legend just by, interviewing people. So this is same thing with DJ Academic. They hate him. That man get at least 38K people watching him. Immediately go on live. So does it show you that your hater, at the end of the day, they say they hate you, but deep down they love you.
Hey, don't let's talk about KS. They hate him. He almost been gone almost a year.
Yeah.
And they still hating on him. And they hate him so much. And the thing is, they hate on him so much that they got other content creators taking their stuff and keep putting shorts out and keep putting videos about KS.
Yeah.
And continue to hate.
The Jay acting a fool, I came in the chat. I'm gonna block her. No, I'm gonna block her. I'm gonna block her. She said, I keep putting a baby in your back, huh? I'm gonna block her. She acting wild. No, but on a serious note, we have to really reevaluate ourselves and see, okay, are we gonna just be a people of complainers? Or we're gonna be a people of solution based. But if we continue to go on this route, the next generation is gonna do the same thing. The next generation is gonna do the same thing, even after we're gone. And the world evolve and the world change. Black people and white are still gonna deal with the same situation because there's no solution base. And I love the way of old, because the way of old, like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, if something was wrong, immediately they attack it in the bud. Immediately. Mm-hmm. They don't wait. They attack it and say, hey, we boycotting, we ain't gonna spend our money here anymore. That's not how it flows. But today, it's like, okay, we just gonna complain on social media. We get a lot of likes, a lot of views, and then mind you, we making money off the likes and the views. So we're like, okay, cool. We don't need no solution. Maybe we're just gonna look for the next opportunity and do the same exact thing.
And I'll tell you this, like people that complain, I'll tell you this, I don't hang out with no complainers. And the people that and the thing is, like the people, and the thing is, I don't when I don't hang out with no complainers, it's more peaceful. It's more peaceful. Because like Kenny says, he said it on time earlier, misery loves company. I don't want to hear nobody's misery. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to hear nobody's misery. I just want to do what I need to do and just live. Because people that complain, I can't say it because that be hurt my damn head. I say, no, I don't got time for that. I got stuff I got to worry about.
But my thing is, okay, for you guys' opinion, I just want to know you guys' opinion. If y'all was in that situation, if y'all was one of the protesters, what would go through y'all guys' mind on how to handle this situation?
You want to go or you want to?
I'm gonna go. With me, you know, I'm not even gonna protest. With me, I'm gonna take my kids out of the school, and the school's gonna handle the situation, and that school's not gonna get my money no more. And I'm taking my kids to another school because I'm not paying a charter school $20,000-$30,000 a month because of this. You're not gonna get my money, and it's gonna. I'd rather hurt their pockets than me complaining. Go ahead, King.
First, I would get a blowhorn and say, hey, everybody, lunch is on me. Let's go. That'd be the first thing I'll do. We'll go all eat, take them somewhere nice. We'll sit at the table. I say, hey, we need to just get a list of all the black people who go to that school there and then get their numbers, call them, hey, check this out. They got some thing going over there. I don't know if you want to stay over there. If something happened to you, we're not going to back you. We're not going to back you. We're not going to back you. You say, hey, we're not going to say nothing. We just, whoever want to ride, slide over here, you can slide over here, but we're not going to back you. And then we'll leave it like this. I won't do no media. I won't do no social media posts. I won't do anything. I'm going to move in silence.
This is the thing right here. Remember, like Kanye West, a few months ago, he was trending big. He was a big trender. Yeah. That and once he said something about the other people. Remember, he has this a school here. I think it's in Simi Valley. And yeah, he has a school here. It's in Simi Valley. And when that happened, everybody was taking the kids out to school. Everybody was taking kids out to school. It wasn't no protest. Everybody was taking the kids out to school. So what's the difference from Kanye, people taking out Kanye school compared to this school we got protests? Why you take the, go ahead, Ronnie.
No, but I think because the thing is, because protest has been ingrained to black people. That's the only way they can get something resolved. Instead of taking the Malcolm X report, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. If somebody treats you wrong, you need to go back line and do what you got to do. Oh, what she said? See,
yeah,
that's beautiful. That's beautiful. What you just said, that's the highlight of the night. You and JD, y'all say things that make more sense. Stop spending your resources in these establishments. See, black people say they're poor, but in actuality, they're rich because they don't want to spend most of their resources, whether people like it or not. Even if they was given resources, because people are like, oh, they get welfare, they got food stamp, doesn't matter. They still spend their resources in these public places. But if they could stop doing that and spend the resources where the resources need to be spent, then it will get more respected. See, the boycott, what happened in Alabama, people don't understand. It hurt the bus system when black people say, you know what, I'm gonna stop riding the bus, and we just gonna walk to work, walk, whatever. It literally hurt the bus system to the point that, you know what, we gotta change our policies, we gotta stop what we're doing, we gotta make a huge change. That's the only way black people will be respected. If we understand that this dollar here, because remember, America don't care about color. The only color that America care about is green. If we could use that green power and say, you know what, no more, I guarantee you this whole nation will change. Go ahead, Joe.
I want to add a little tidbit to what he said. If we go and trace back every country that's ever been oppressed, 90%, I'm not saying all, 90% had the link to some monetary value. Lands being taken, women being taken, killings, all that, all has to deal with monetary value. There was some monetary value of that. And I want you, and I want people to understand that. Even now, when people ask it in America, is it classism or racism? What if we was the top people with the money? Do you think people would start? We don't know how much power we have because we give it away for free. We don't even charge at times because you want to know why?
You better preach, brother.
Yeah,
preach.
It's an innate feeling that we're not supposed to have any power. Shout outs to Red Lipstick Queen.
Red Lipstick. Good evening.
Good evening.
So that's my point on that. That's why I said we got to move differently coming these upcoming years.
But do you see in the next few years, Hakeem, that we're gonna move differently? Because with the social media and with the, it's like we might see protesting 2 or 3 times stronger than we've seen in the past 2 or 3 years.
Yeah,
I'm 35 years old. I've been seeing protesting since I was born, since I was like 5 years old. People have not stopped protesting. It's not going to stop. It's going to continue because it has been ingrained in black people. Because remember, they're taking the notes from the days of old, which I totally appreciate, because you're taking the wisdom from the days of old. But the days of old use action behind it. They just ain't protest. They use action. Like, you know what? We're going to pull all our kids out of school. And you know what we're going to do? We're going to support the black schools. Put them in black schools. Put them in black charter school. If you do that, then it will get a statement like, you know what? We will not no longer tolerate. See, what they're doing in these schools now and what they're doing in the system, they're sending emails out and they write statements to keep people at bay. Because when they see that statement like, oh, we're going to make sure the school don't longer do that, then you're like, okay, cool. Next year, I'm going to enroll 10,000 more kids in that school. So there's no solution base. You're going to have the same situation that's going to transpire that what happened today. That's the issue.
And we just talked about some on Monday, this previous Monday, about we have no code in our community. If we had that code, we would be doing this already.
Listen, niggas is beefing on YouTube. What code we got? I don't see none of the white YouTubers beefing. I don't see none of the white YouTubers beefing, and they got a sick community. They get money together. They cash apping it. You know what I mean? They putting their channels up. They flying people in and out. We beefing on YouTube. Listen, staying on code is like a religion. No matter where you from, if you got a dark skin, you're not gonna stay on code. A lot of us ain't going. A lot of people who even patriotic about their own country, they would be a traitor for their country if it benefits them. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. Instead of practicing nationalism, we practice tribal. Instead of practicing tribalism, we practice nationalism. And I want people to keep that same energy. I learned in my upcoming years that I can't trust a nigga as far as I could throw him. Because you want to know why? I could be fighting here for peace. I could be fighting for the people, and people are not going to do the same for me. We sit here, we're trying to promote positivity and stuff like that, but a lot of people do not think accord. We are never going to be on the same accord. You know what I mean?
And also want to add to it, in our Black community, we lost it like a religion as well. Because we might talk about religion, but we don't practice it every day.
Yes, sir. Look, Just Jay, I'm not saying I don't love my brother. I don't say I love my brother. I do love my brother. But my brother has taught me he don't love me at times. That doesn't mean I don't still love him. I'm going to love his kids, not him, though. Because you want to know why? Frederick Douglass says it's easy to raise strong kids than weak men. Do I need to put that post up so everybody can see it?
I think you should.
Yeah. I love I love the black kids. Thank you. Listen, like Judge Jay, listen, like your sons, I would love them more than I would love a grown man. I would nurture them within a grown ass man, because you want to know why? His mind is already set. He might be thinking about sleeping with a white woman today. I'm not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He might want to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not. I'm like, hey, let's get these things together. You know what I mean? So
and Judge Jay said something that's really true. She said people definitely don't have no code or no integrity. That's the problem we're having today, and this is today's society. But especially black people, we don't have no code or no integrity. It's because the simple fact we've been taught that our brothers, my skin color is evil and the white skin color is good.
Yeah.
If we was taught from a long time ago, like it doesn't really matter, your skin color is beautiful, then I could be able to work with Jordan. I could be able to work with Hakeem. I could be able to work with anybody, because the simple fact is about us building together. But we're not taught that. And mind you, prime example, this high school situation that transpired is a prime example of us not understanding the simple fact that our skin color is beautiful. If a white person want to wear black paint or brown paint, it's just showing how powerful our skin color is. And we need to appreciate that and be like, you know what? We mean something in this world. Like Urban on say the truth. It starts from home. Go ahead.
Ooh, hallelujah. Hallelujah.
Boy, y'all about to have your key over here. Over here, preach it. Go ahead.
This about to be a teachable moment, because when he said it starts from home. I come from a household where, for a lot of y'all who don't know, I come from a household from a strong black woman from the diaspora who told me to love everybody and respect them as your brother, as your sister, and told me to love women even more. And I say that because we all got to have accountability. So that's why at times when I get in these spaces and I see women are beefing with men on YouTube, and I see men talking to women, or I see women talking to men a certain kind of way, and it be our own people. It don't be them on the other side. You feel me? Because let me tell you something. If we was beefing with the white person, our channels would have got strike down. So I'm saying it does start from home. You can't go nowhere on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, and find any questionable videos, pictures about me and these three brothers here. Our jackets are clean. Our jackets are clean. You know what I'm trying to say? So it does start from home, and this is why I say that we have to more focus on the kids. Older people who are willing to change, they can come along, but if we raise the kids right, they can make sure the next generation is right too. But other than that, like, we living in our last days.
Yeah. Explain to me that all the time.
And the thing is about it, I'm gonna go with Dr. Martin Luther King says, "I have a dream speech." But do not judge the people by the color of the skin, but by the content on the character.
Jordan, you better preach.
We have lost that in our Black community, and Dr. King preached that. He preached that. I don't get that. How did we lose that? We celebrate his day.
Yeah.
We hear our dream spirits every once a month, especially on Black History Month or on his Dr. Luther King Day. It's there. And how did we all?
Jody, yeah, keep Kim Dog or that way.
Yeah, like I don't get that. That's I was talking to my family. That's what I heard about Dr. Martin Luther King, and that's what I live by.
It's true though. That was a preach. It's true. It's not about the skin color. It's about the character. That was it. That's why I love you for that, for saying that, because it makes you think that I was saying. We as Black people, we focus so much on the color than the actual character. If the character is trash, I mean, we don't belong there. We go somewhere that we're welcome. That's it. And I'm not gonna lie. One thing about Black people, which I really do love, they're very welcome. They're welcome to me. Like if you come in, like if you come to, like if you ever go to a Black house, like any Black house, like if I go to Hakeem's house or the twins' house or anybody, even Kenny house. Like their parents automatically be like, "Yo, you need a cup of water, you need some coffee, you need some bread, like anything." It's because it's already in them.
Yeah.
But why would I go to a place that I know that I'm not welcome in? That's why I say our mind is misconstrued, because we think really at the deep down inside, we really think that whites is really good with color. Like, it's really good with coffee. Like, it's really good. Like, we have to say, you know what? I got to go to a white establishment because that's the only way I'm going to be accepted. And that's not true. That is not true. We were taught wrong.
Mm-hmm. It's just like if you go on slavery days, it's like if you work out in the field, and one of the person work out in the field, you know what? If I work in the house, I think my white master will love me that if I work in the house.
Mm-hmm. It's
like they get treated different. No, you get treated the same.
Yeah. True.
Brothers. Urban Noise just dropped something in the comment that just...
Yeah, they did. They did.
Black or white, you go where you're treated best.
Facts.
I want to be honest about something. I don't know if Jordan knows this, but I know Ronnie knows this. I know a lot of y'all know this, that I've lived out of state for almost 11 years. I was in one of the most whitest states in America, which is Massachusetts.
Yep. He was.
And, yep. And the people who have helped me the most was white folks.
Joe, he told me that my eyes dropped.
Listen, I grew up in Miami. I grew up in Miami where I was taught to call white folks crackers. I'm being real with you. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat this. So there is a point in time where you have to know where you got to trust the content of a person. What Jordan just said, the fabulous quote by Martin Luther King. And I take racist things from black people when they talk about black people in a certain kind of way. You know what I mean? And the point that I'm trying to get is when I was in Massachusetts, the reason why I wanted to become a business owner was because of a white boy. A white boy signed my papers to go to school and gave me $250 towards my books. I was washing dishes for him. He said, "Hey, you want to go to school, man? Okay, I'll help you go to school." This was a white boy that was a recovering alcoholic who started from the ground up, started his whole business, married a bad Russian girl. So when I'm saying that, we do gotta trust. So that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm for my people, but I'm for everybody too. But I'm gonna judge you by who you are as a person. You feel me? I'm gonna judge you by who you are as a person. And we need to be open. This is why there was a couple. I forgot a couple of lives I say that we have to look at our counterparts on how to conduct ourselves as people. You know what I mean? Because we have lost our way. You know what I mean?
Bro, Hakeem, you speaking fast, bro. Fact. And what Hakeem saying is a true story. He's not making this up. This is actual fact.
This is actual fact. You know what I mean? Let's talk about this. Remember, Miami Jackson used to have crack a day for no reason, be ignorant. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. That's true.
Yeah,
that's a historical fact.
Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, I ain't never partaked in it.
Damn, Just Jay going way back. He even mentioned Johnson. I'm like, dang. Just Jay, you gotta slow down because you don't want to know people where you're from. You know, because people will Google you and stuff like that. You gotta be careful with Just Jay. No, but it's true. Most of my information I learned today was from a white person.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not gonna lie. I'm a strong advocate. At one point, I used to hate my race, like the black race. I used to be against it until it was like Hakeem, Urban North, Fred from Florida, Jabari, Kenny. They used to show me from a different point of view. That's when I changed. Go ahead.
You better tell them. You see, you didn't have to deal with it too much. Just Jay probably is in my age group. Jordan, here, the shit was it was war between Haitians and Black Americans. We did not at one point we didn't fool with each other.
Yep. It was until it's a whole nother story. That was one day we'll do a take on it. But it's a whole other story.
You know what I mean?
But I appreciate Hakeem because Hakeem is literally my mentor. Like he would tell me, like, "Hey, Ronnie, black is beautiful.
Yep.
Love the black women," and that's why I started like, you know what, black is beautiful. Sometimes as men, we're not taught those things because we taught to hate our race. That's why we can't work together because that's what we're taught. We're taught, you know what, Jordan, I can't work with Jordan because Jordan is smarter than me. So it's like, okay, let me distance myself. But learning at the end of the day, I'm missing out on a lot of opportunities. Not working with Jordan. That's what Hakeem taught me. That's when I learned. Hakeem on Urban Noise and Fresh from Florida, South from Florida, when they taught me those things, I was like, you know what? Let me slow down. Let me learn the white rate. And that's why I talk different. That's why I said I love my black women. Because if it wasn't for them, I would have been talking more about white women than black women.
Yeah, you would have been wrapped up with a Latina by now. But you know if it ain't dark, it ain't right though.
Real talk.
You know,
I'm saying Hakeem's a real he's a real dude.
You know if her locks ain't not switching, it ain't right though.
Oh.
you know
I'm laughing because you describing somebody for the chat. That's why I'm laughing.
Listen, you know them dreadlocks ain't shaking, it ain't right though. You know we like them dark with dreads, like
yeah. That's why I ain't gonna lie, Hakeem. That's why I love Jordan too much. Because Jordan, at the end of the day, you see how he talk highly of his wife, how he loves his wife, how he appreciate his wife. That's what I'm saying. Black women have a lot of value. So when I seen the situation that's transpired in the high school situation, it does upset me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It upset me because of the simple fact, I know at the end of the day, black is beautiful. Rather people take it for a negative approach, but at the end of the day, black is beautiful. When I see a black woman, I see the face of God. You get what I'm saying? So That's just me. I can't speak for the next man. That's just me.
Oh, listen, let's give a caveat. Yep, we might love black women, but if anybody else who wants to date other people, that's no problem.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's no problem. I just want to give a caveat. That's no problem. You love who's gonna love you and who's gonna be willing to accept your culture and integrate in your culture as well as you integrate into theirs. We just want to get that cover. Yeah. So I just want to put that point out. But you know, if it ain't black, it ain't right with dreads.
Jordan, this is how Hakeem talking to me. Right now, with the way Hakeem talking, that's how he talk to me.
Yeah. I believe it.
He not bullshitting. That's how he really talk to me.
Yeah.
You feel me?
You know it ain't if it ain't right. Come on, baby.
You know, but that's what I love. When Jordan talk about his wife, you see that it's a glow in his face.
Yeah.
That's why I say black is beautiful. So the situation that happened with the high school situation, people need to take it to the result. It's beautiful. Black is not ugly. Black is beautiful. So if somebody spray paint their face black, that's just showing you how beautiful black is.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I wanted to comment on that too. What you say, Jordan?
What?
I'm happy that because you show us a different side that we don't know, and the way you talk about your wife, and I hope your wife can hear this. You talk to her as if she was your partner. You talk to her as somebody who uplifts you, and it give us a viewpoint on where a black man should be heading as far as his end goal. You know what I mean? When you find somebody who completes you, who compliments you and stuff like that, and you compliment her, so it's lovely, dog. This is why I say that if anybody say listen, shocking enough, if people who didn't know you, they would thought you would come from a 2-parent household, but this is something innately that you wanted to do for yourself and stuff like that. So this is the reason why I see you make me not scared to want to get married. You show me that there's another side to this, that it could be beneficial by vetting and picking the right person. And that's the thing that I would love to give her enough props. You know what I mean? The fact that, you know what I mean, the way you speak intelligently about her, and you know what I mean, and you praise her of her going this, like there's things you just said that I don't think she knows that you acknowledge. Her going to school, her getting, did you tell me she got a master's or something like that?
She has an associate's and she has a bachelor's.
She has associate's.
And she's going back to school. Yeah. But yeah, that's what she had.
Yeah, she's going to get a master's. Like, this is something you had just casually just talking about. And you know what I mean? And you very supportive and stuff like that. So it's a beautiful thing. So this is why I would say, like, for us to get to where we just gotta stick together and just have our minds open and not narrow.
And I believe, like, this not just my wife, but majority of black women, they're riders.
Oh yeah. Oh, come on.
They're riders. They're low key. Out of all the races, the black women, they're riders. They're the rider. They ride or die.
Listen. They deal with the funky draws, with the stank feet.
Like, boy, Hakeem, you better preach.
Hakeem.
And I was like, Hakeem, preach it. He true.
Listen, the piss around the toilet, the toilet. You know what I mean? You know, listen, I'm gonna say something. Listen, it's a lot of brothers out here who women had to wash some drawers and that shit stain line is down right there. Come on now.
Yeah. Boy, you better. They got
there's some men there. I'll just say this, Hakeem. There's some. I want to deal with men. They're low maintenance.
Listen,
I ain't gonna lie. Hakeem is preaching though.
Listen. We're not only gonna talk about how many of these girls be filling out applications, buying shoes, ties, getting ready for work, black boots. They be knowing the size. Listen, I went into a store one day. She was like, I went into a store one day to go get some clothes, and the girl was like, she was like, oh, I already know you, my man, about your size. You know what I mean? I get him clothes all the time. And I'm like,
but remember, about Hakeem, at the end of the day, remember, you gotta understand something. Hakeem and Jordan, this is something if we're not taught these things, we tend to hate our race. It's the same thing what happened with the high school situation. We taught to hate our race. So when we see somebody if we see somebody spray paint their face, we taught to hate that. But at the end of the day, you be like, yeah, I want them to spray paint their face because you know the situation. Why? Black is beautiful.
Basically,
you making yourself black because we're beautiful. You making yourself black because we're accepted. You making yourself black because I mean we're welcoming it. That's something we gotta think about. But at the end of the day, we reach our mark. It's sad, guys. I know we're having a good time in the chat, but we reach our mark. So, guys, any closing remarks? Go ahead.
I'll say I also say this. What we said on our last live. Black people, we need the code. We know how to keep in code. That's my final thoughts on that.
And my final thoughts is understand that deep down inside that we are beautiful and that we are accepted rather than the world accept us. At the end of the day, we understand that the God we serve, whatever God you serve, accept you as the way you are. That means you're very powerful and you very welcoming. That's my final thoughts.
I just want to say, people, man, open your minds. Let's not be narrow. Kisa, that's my final words. That's all I gotta say.
This is why it's so important to like, share, subscribe, because we have dope conversation. This is why it's very important to like, share, and subscribe. And hit that notification bell on the right hand side. We do go live each and every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to KL Culture Radio. I mean, thank you, Jess J, Savannah, Kenny Mark, Urban North, Fresh North, Jabari, people in Facebook, people in Twitch. That one person that always watches on Twitch. Sure. Thank you for tuning in on KL Culture Radio. And we hope to see you guys on Friday. You know, we over and out. You know how we get down. Peace.
Peace.